Reverend Sister Annie James, our Vice Principal, Dr. Winnie Ma'am, teachers, and all my dear friends. Today, I am going to give you a short description about an Indian author famous for his Hindustani literature. Dhanpat Rai Srivastava, better known by his pen name Munshi Premchand. He is one of the most celebrated writers of the Indian subcontinent and is regarded as one of the most leading Hindi writers of the earlier 20th century. His novels include Godan, Gaban, Karmabhumi, Mansarovar and Eidgah. Among all his stories, I like Eidgah the most because it's a touching story of a 4-year-old child whose parents were died when he was very small. In this story, he tells about his thoughtfulness, concern and love for his granny who looks after him. Munshi Premchand was born on 31st July 1888 in Lamhi village located in Varanasi and named him Dhanpat Rai. Munshi Premchand was elected as the first president of Progressive Writers Association in Lucknow in 1936. He died on October 8, 1936 after several days of sickness. Godan Upanyas was Premchand's last completed work and is generally accepted his best novel. I hope you got the most important message for today, that we must inculcate the habit of reading in our life. Let's start reading newspapers, storybooks with morals and general knowledge books to improve our literacy and lifestyle. Thank you and have a nice day.
Good morning everyone, my name is Eric Hutch. I study in class 1A. Today I am going to recite a poem. The name of my poem is My Dog by me. I have a dog, his name is Zorro. His fur is white and he likes chicken. He hunts and walks about my house. He's always out to catch a cat. I play with him and keep him clean. A smarter dog you have never seen. Thank you.
Good morning to everyone. The International Literacy Week celebrated on the foot of reading books. The 8th of September was proclaimed as the International Literacy Day by UNESCO in 1966 to remind the international community for the importance of literacy for individual, community and society and the need for the intensified efforts towards more literate society. I, Timpy of class 6 and section A is here to tell you some riddles on English language. So here I go. Number 1. Which letter of the alphabet has the most water? Answer the letter C. Number 2. Which begins with T, ends with T and has T in it? Answer the teapot. Number 3. Which begins and ends with the letter E but has only one letter in it? Answer the envelope. Number 4. Which letter starts with P and ends with E and has so many letters? Answer the post office. So, isn't it fun? Here is the last riddle of the day. Which letter comes twice in a week, once in a year, but never in a day? Answer the letter E. Thank you.
Good morning to one and all present here. I am Aditya Bhatt of class 4A. As we are celebrating Literacy Week, so I want to present a story, The Farmer and the Crane, which is written by Aesop's Fables. Once upon a time, there was a farmer who was worried about his crops getting eaten by the birds. So he laid a trap for the birds. The next day, he managed to catch a flock of the birds. The birds were screaming in pain to let them go, but the farmer was still on the same. hear you. The queen felt ashamed and was sorry for his mistake. The moral of the story is bad company is harmful. As in today's life, corruption and violence has increased in our society day by day. So we keep away these people who are not good for our society. Thank you and have a nice day. Stay safe and healthy at home.
And my name is Rup Pathak. I study in class 2nd A. I am going to recite a poem, The Rainbow, written by Christina Rossetti. Boats sail on the rivers and ships sail on the seas, but the clouds that sail across the sky are prettier than these. There are bridges on the rivers, as prettier as you please, but the boat that bridges heaven and overtops the trees and builds a road from earth to sky, and prettier far than these. Thank you and have a nice day.
Good morning, Reverend Father Biju, Director of our school, Sister Annie James, our principal, teachers and all my dear friends. I am Sonakshi of class 4th A, going to deliver a speech on my favorite author, Charles Dickens. Charles John Huffam Dickens, born on 7th February 1812, was an English writer and social critic. He was born in Higham, Kent, England. Dickens left school to work in a factory. When his father was jailed in a debtor prison, he lack of formal education. He edited a weekly journal for 20 years, wrote many novels and non-fictional articles. He also campaigned for children's right education and other social reform. He created some of the world's best known fictional characters like Oliver Twist and Christmas Carol. Scholars recognized him as a literary genius. His novel and short stories widely still read today. After his contribution to society, he left the world on 9th June 1870. We all remember him earnestly. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. My name is Siman. I am studying in first C. Today I am recite the poem Two Little Dicky Bird. Two little dicky birds sat on a board. One named Peter, other named Paul. Fly away, Peter, fly away, Paul. Come back, Peter, come back, Paul. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. My name is Chia Singh. I am from class 4th B. Today I am going to tell you the story. The name of the story is Time is Valuable. Arjun was a very lazy boy. He used to always postpone things. One day, his father called him and made him understand about the value of time. He said that you should never waste time. Then Arjun promised his father that he would never postpone things. One day he came to know that he won the first prize on the singing competition held in his school. He asked to collect the prize on the very same day. As usual, Arjun didn't care and went on the next day. But now the prize was useless, as it was the ticket to the circus that was held on the previous day. Now Arjun learned his lesson from this incident. The moral of this story is time is very valuable. You should do things on time. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. International Literacy Week celebrated on the foot of reading books. I, Perian Hiram of class 6, section A, is here to speak something about the story My Early Home. As this story stimulated me after I read it, the story My Early Home is adapted from Black Beauty by Anna Sewell. The story My Early Home is about a baby horse called as Black Beauty. In this, Black Beauty reflects upon his childhood next to a lonely meadow where he lives with his mother and 6 other colts. Black Beauty loves to play with his fellow horse friends, although his mother Duchess scolds him for playing with them who have poor manners. Black Beauty, on the other hand, is a well-born horse. His mother wishes him to grow up to a gentle, hardworking creature. We are introduced to Black Beauty's master who loves and protects his animals. But what I liked about this story is Black Beauty leads a happy life and is well taken care of those responsible for him, both human and horse. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. My name is Shraddha. I am studying in class 2nd C. Today I am going to recite a poem conversation written by Rose Fireman. Mousy, Mousy, where is your little wee housey? Here is the door under the floor. Said Mousy, Mousy. Mousy, Mousy, may I come into your housey? You can't get in, you have to be thin. Said Mousy, 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 won't you come out of your housey? I am sorry to say, I am busy already. Said Mousy, Mousy, thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Tuti Johnson from class 7th B. The story that inspires me is Box Full of Kisses. Some time ago, a man punished his 3-year-old daughter for wasting a roll of gold wrapping paper. Money was tight and he became infuriated when the child tried to decorate a box to put under the Christmas tree. Nevertheless, the little girl brought the gift to her father the next morning and said, "This is for you, Daddy." The man became embarrassed by his overreaction earlier, but his rage continued when he saw that the box was empty. He yelled at her, "Don't you know? When you give someone a present, there is supposed to be something inside." The little girl looked up at him with tears in her eyes and cried, "Oh, Daddy, it's not empty at all. I blew kisses into the box. They're all for you, Daddy." The father was crushed. He put his arms around his little girl and he begged for her forgiveness. Only a short time later, an accident took the life of the child. Her father kept the gold box beside his bed for many years, and whenever he was discouraged, he would take out an imaginary kiss and remember the love of the child who had put it there. The moral of the story is, love is the precious gift in the world. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. International Literacy Week celebrated on the foot of reading books from 8 to 14 September. I Twinkle of Class 8B is here to speak something about the poem The White Window, as this poem stimulated me after I read it. The poem is written by James Stephens. It is an interesting and unique poem in which the poet talks about the moon and its behavior. The poet is mesmerized by its presence and how it overlooks through his window at the night time. Without making any sound, the moon moves to the house next to poet's house. So this made me think, does the moon make sound? Does the moon move from house to house? Thank you.
Good morning everyone. International Literacy Week celebrated on the foot of reading books. I, Rania Srivastava of class 3rd C, is here to speak something about the poem Puppy and I. As this poem stimulated me after I read it. The poem Puppy and I is written by A. Milne. The poem is about
a minor boy who meets and talks to a man, a horse, and a puppy. Both man and horse refuse to accompany him. Finally, it is the puppy who agrees to go and play along with him, and they become good friends. So, this what I loved about this poem, that dogs are humans' best companion and are supposed to be true blue. Thank you.
Good morning to all. Today, I, Devanshi Bhardwaj of Class 10A, is going to speak a summary of my book, First Flight, Nelson Mandela, Long Walk to Freedom. Long Walk to Freedom is the autobiography of Nelson Mandela, who was the former South African president. This article is for Nelson Mandela, Long Walk to Freedom summary. This chapter is the extract from the Long Walk to Freedom book. It includes the description of the inauguration ceremony at Amphitheatre, Pretoria, and about his journey of being a freedom fighter. It says about the other countless people who fought for their freedom. In South Africa, a brutal practice named apartheid was very popular in those days. It refers to the discrimination between people on the basis of their race and color. It was one of the most brutal societies in which dark-skinned people deprived of their basic rights. This lesson gives us an overview of the struggles of Mandela for making the society with no discrimination on the basis of their color, caste, race, age, or gender. Many dignitaries from different countries had come to be the part of the most significant day. In his speech, Mandela thanked all those dignitaries. The people of South Africa sang two national anthems as a symbol of that day. Mandela recalled that the reason for this moment was that black-skinned people were exploited by white-skinned people. He said that this type of separation of people of South Africa is the origin of many stars. People must learn to hate first, because if they hate, then they can be taught to love, as love comes from the opposite circumstances. He also says that a brave man is not that who not feel afraid, but who conquers it. That's all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.
I, Ananya Goswami from Infant Jesus School, Standard 7, Section B, is going to present a poem named The Mind is Without Fear by Rabindranath Tagore. Rabindranath Tagore was a poet, short story writer, song composer, playwright, essayist, and a painter who introduced new prose and verse forms and the colloquial language into Bengali literature. So, now I'm going to recite the poem. Where the mind is without fear, where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, when knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where the words come out from the depths of truth, where the tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection, where the stream of prison has not lost its way into the dreary desert of death habit, where the mind is led forward by thee, ever widening thought and action into the heaven of freedom. My Father, let my country away. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. I am Priyanshu Mishra. As we all know, this week is the International Literacy Week. So on this opportunity, I am here to do a book review. The book which I am going to review is Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Double Down. So let's get started. The book starts with Greg Heffley, who has seen a movie as a kid about a man whose whole life is secretly filmed for a TV show, making him famous. This thought embeds deep in Heffley's mind, making him believe that the same thing is happening in his life and he is becoming famous. To amuse people, he thinks to do funny stuff every day so he can make them a good laugh. Going through this TV theory, he comes up with a catchphrase that is, "Bite my biscuits." This middle school has a warped sense of thinking and a wacky sense of humor. He imagined that his whole family are robots and he is the only human in his family. He tries to prove it by doing some stuffs. His suspicion becomes final when he sees many batteries in the basement as robots use batteries. So he comes to the conclusion that he need to prove it by short-circuiting one of them. And his target was Dad. He drenched his dad and this activity grounded him for a week. Like a typical child, Heffley puts his own spin on when his mother tells him that he will always be safe because his grandmother watches him from heaven, which always scares Heffley. I like the way Kinney interprets a whole lot of issues in a subtle manner. Admitted the plots are not so good and they are not good at strong storyline, but it is extremely witty and hilariously funny. It's very good book for reading and overall it's fabulous. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. International Literacy Week celebration on reading books. I, Sampriti of class 3rd, section B is here to speak something that inspired me after I read a poem, My Playmate, written by Mary Osborne. This poem actually made me think over it. It is that a shadow of a person is his ultimate mate. The little child who innocently imagines his own shadow to be his friend, his playmate who walks with him through and upside down. He is always there with him, even on a rainy day. This playmate is supposed to be kind, who always smiles back at him. Lastly, I would say that it is important to keep on life going. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. My name is Garima Malhotra. I study in class 2. Today I am going to recite a poem Off to the Zoo, written by Nicholas Horsburgh. I'm off to the zoo, why don't you come too? We will say, how do you do to the kangaroo? The white polar bear is sure to be there on an icy stair, not going anywhere. I hope that the bat's not looking too fat and the Bombay cat's not wearing a hat. It's fun, come with me and you're sure to see a great chimpanzee up a mango tree. There's lot at the zoo to see and to do, so buckle your shoe and let's join the queue. Thank you.
A very good morning to everyone. Today I, Tamanna of class 9, I am here to express my views on the topic benefits of reading. I often ask me a question that why should I read more books or why should I waste my time on reading books as I can have a video summary on internet. Yes, you can do so to save your time, but reading is that to our mind what exercise is to our body. So here are some benefits of reading. Firstly, it will improve your focus and concentration. Reading, just like jogging and listening to music, is a form of meditation. With all the destruction nowadays, people are suffering the problem of concentration. Nowadays, people cannot concentrate on one single thing for a particular time. Reading will improve your concentration power as you are stuck to a story at a particular time. Secondly, it makes you smarter. As your body needs movement, your brain needs movement too. So the best workout for your brain is reading. We are familiar with this saying that those who read will always lead. Let's take an example. Once the Microsoft owner, Mr. Bill Gates, was asked that if you would get a superpower, what would it be? Then he said that if I would get a superpower, that would be that I should get the fastest reading speed. Reading will always increase your knowledge. You will always find something new, interesting that you don't know, and it will increase your knowledge and make you smarter. Everything can be taken away, but not your knowledge. So you should read more and more books to improve your knowledge, concentration level, and even your conversation skills. Thank you.